Hey there, and a huge welcome back to the PDHP and CAFS podcast. You're with me, Kel Bell, your host every Wednesday of our PDHP and CAFS podcast. But this year, we're bringing you extra content. Obviously, we start HMS for the very first time, and we have been featuring HMS on our podcast, but we have a brand new offering to support dance educators. So Dance, HMS, PDHP, and CAFS will feature, as well as some teacher wellbeing content and AI and assessment and approaches to teaching will feature in our podcast this year. So I know many of you have hit the ground running. It is very exciting to be entering this new era of PDHP and dance in New South Wales. Now, I know many of you are into the swing of things. If you're at a private school or a Catholic school, you're probably teaching some of your students for the very first time today. Or if you're in a private school, I know some of you guys have been back for a little while. So look, it's a really exciting year, really exciting time. But I know it is a busy time for teachers, very busy for New South Wales teachers. And if you're in the PE faculty, you have lots of things ahead. And if you're a primary teacher, I know that you guys have multiple syllabi that you're implementing this year or about to implement next year. So it is a busy time, but I think it's a really exciting time. And I feel very privileged and blessed to be able to support you on the side to help you really get back some time this year. And look, I'm sharing today how we're doing that, how we're bringing all these ideas and listening to what our members, listening to what our community has told us over the last 4.5 years to bring to life lots of those ideas, because I really remember what it was like to be teaching in the classroom. Now, I left in 2020 in July, and despite being burnt out by the system and being in a really toxic school, a really toxic faculty, I miss all the awesome elements of teaching, face-to-face teaching and learning, assessments. I know you're probably thinking, oh, assessments, Kel. How do you think that's awesome? I love that sort of stuff. Reports, marking, all those things that are part of our role, I really do miss, but I get to create resources to give you back that time. And I feel very blessed this year to have built upon our team to help deliver even more on that promise. So we have a number of new memberships. We have our K-6 membership. So if you're in a primary school, we are bringing you resources, units of work, teaching and learning activities, Google Slides for you guys to use in your busy primary classrooms, as well as resources for fundamental movement skills, as well as resources for PE, so the physical education side of PDHPE. So you guys literally get to jump in, use the resources, because I know how precious your time is. I do not know how primary school teachers do it. Our eldest is in year 6 this year, and I can't believe she is about to start high school next year. It blows my mind to think that her primary school days are almost over, and I do not envy primary educators. I don't know how you guys do it. High school was always my thing for 16.5 years. But look, we are bringing and delivering on those goods for primary teachers inside our K-6 PDHPE membership. We're also traveling to 8 locations this year. So if you're a primary teacher or if you're a high school teacher that is listening and is married to a primary teacher or is cousins with a primary teacher, please let them know to keep an eye out on our calendar. And you can access that at thelearnnet.com/events. I'll show you that in a second. I'll kind of do a bit of a walkthrough with you so you can kind of see where all those dates are. But look, it's a really exciting time for PDHPE. And obviously we have our high school membership as well. So our 7 to 10 PDHPE membership. And both syllabuses have really cut back on outcomes. A lot of those key inquiry questions have been stripped out of the syllabus. Those cross-curricular things, the coding that we had to do, all of that has been really streamlined. And we're going to take you through both syllabi and give you the resources that you don't have time to actually create. If you are a primary teacher, I know that your relief time is very limited. So the majority of your planning is after school hours. And if you have a family, or if you're busy, or if you have life outside of school, I know that you spend lots of your afternoons, lots of your weekends, and lots of your holidays preparing and planning for new curriculum, let alone day-to-day stuff. So both memberships will provide you guys with resources to really use right away. We're developing them with you, alongside you, so you can give us feedback as to what you actually want. We are not bound by red tape from other organisations. You guys can tell us as our members, like, what do you need? What do you want right now? And we can make it happen. So I know there's been a couple of ads out there. You would have seen me in the blue navy dress and the purple background, or the image of us going across Foster Bridge. That is both for the primary and high school membership. So if you want more details about that, thelearnnet.com/PDHPE is where you can head, and we're developing those resources over time. Now, when you go to actually implement, they will all be ready, but there's only so many of us, so they're not like literally ready right now. We will be developing those as a result of the feedback that you give us, our community give us. So Lynn Button is a highly experienced, passionate primary school teacher who has specialised in PDHPE for quite some time. She'll be heading up the K-6 membership, and then Nat Littler, who many of you know through CAFS and PDHPE, she'll be heading up the 7 to 10 membership, and we're going to meet twice a term. So in week 2, so this week, and in week 4, face-to-face, not in person, but face-to-face on Zoom. But that's twice a term, plus the resources that you get, that steady flow of resources over the coming months as we do a deep dive into PDHPE. So if you want to check out our calendar and all the events that we have on offer, you can head to learnnet.com/events. That is the URL. And I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. So if you're watching the recording on YouTube, you will see this. If not, hopefully you'll also see this live. But as you can see here, you have the events. We just need to add dance to the top of that. But you'll notice that we have color-coded the calendar. Most of you as teachers love a bit of color, I know that, but we've made this super easy for you to navigate. So all of the dance workshops are in pink, and you'll see the location on the right-hand side. So you'll see a couple across the calendar. And we also have our CAFS workshops in yellow. We have HMS in aqua. We have our K-10 PDHPE workshops in purple, and then our major events in gold. So we're hosting a major event each term, the first one being the K-10 PDHPE Forum in March, our Dance Connect in May, HMS Summit in August, and then our CAFS conference, our 5th year of that in October. So you can have a little wander, have a look through, see what tickles your fancy. But to make life easier, you can also navigate that by just clicking here. So dance, and then the workshops for dance. I think there might be one missing for Dubbo, so I'll have to fix that up. And then we can go to CAFS. We can then go to HMS, quite a few across the calendar in 8 locations. And then we have our PDHP ones as well. So that's the learnnet.com/events is where you can go to see all those events, work out what you want to be part of as a team, as a faculty, and you can just go back to all like that. So that is the calendar. As I have mentioned previously, all of our professional learning is NESA, or we're a NESA recognised provider. So you can use any of our professional learning as recorded PD, because NESA have changed their system. You don't have to now record it as like elective and, recognised registered PD. You can actually just go into ETAMS and register whatever professional learning you do. So all of our memberships are classified as PD, so you can add those hours in, up to probably about 15 hours of PD for those memberships, as well as all of our events. We are a NESA recognised provider. So your one-stop place for all things PDHPE, CAFS, HMS, and now dance. We also have a calendar that has been going around, and I'll share this as well. But if you like it as a bit of a visual, I'm a bit like that, where you might like to see that. Sorry, I just need to re-share that. If you would like to see how it looks across the calendar, there's also a bit of a version of this going around right now. So it'll kind of map out the year ahead, and then week by week what's happening for us. Our first event or online event is this week in our masterclasses. So across the calendar, you'll see PDHPE, so that's K-10, is in purple. Anything to do with dance is in pink. Anything to do with CAFS is in yellow. HMS is in aqua. And you'll see those major events filtered throughout the calendar. So we are heading to Ballina and Wollongong, term 1. Term 2, we're heading to Sydney and Dubbo. And term 3, we are heading to Parramatta and Tamworth. And then term 4, Canberra and Newcastle. So lots of different locations across New South Wales. But look, I know that it's going to be a really busy time, but I see this as a reimagining of PDH, of CAFS, almost, of HMS, and certainly dance. Like, it's an exciting time to be a teacher, but in the same breath, a very, very busy time. And I know that your time is very precious. Like I said, Lexi is in primary school, about to finish and go into high school next year. Cass, our eldest, is in year 9. It blows me away to think that she's about to embark on her electives. She's chosen food tech, so she's really excited about that. Although I had to kind of share with her that's not just about cooking, Cass. The other day, she's a bit disappointed. She's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, it's not just about like cooking the food. You have to learn about, different diseases and nutrition." She's like, "Oh, I didn't realise, Mum." She's also doing marine studies, and she's an absolute mermaid. She loves the ocean. She's always loved like sea creatures and stuff. So very fitting for her. Look, can't believe it. I know that if you have young kids, you probably look at them and think, I can't imagine them being in high school. That kind of shows my age as well this year, 44 this year. But look, I know time is precious, and that's what we're doing. We're providing the resources that you need and want to protect you as a busy teacher. So the 4 biggest ways to work with us with an ongoing basis is our PDHPE membership for primary and high school teachers, our CAFS collective, the original membership that started it all. So a CAFS teacher, look, the resources in there will just blow you away. The number of resources that we've been able to put together in such a short space of time for you. You'll absolutely love it. All the teachers that are in there already are awesome. Everyone is very friendly and works together. Our HMS membership is growing every day. I think we have over 300 schools in there across New South Wales. So very exciting to support you as you teach HMS for the very first time. I would imagine some of you this week, most of you certainly next week. And then we have our new dance membership. So if you know a dance high school teacher, we have a new dance membership. The learnet.com/dance is where they can head. But all of our memberships are on our website. So the learnet.com/memberships. And look, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We are going to 8 locations across New South Wales, like I said, coming to you. So there are some workshops in Sydney. We have to support Sydney, the greater Sydney area, but we're able to come direct to you instead of you guys having to travel all around New South Wales. So look, I'm really excited. Our kids went back to school yesterday for Lex, today for Cass. This is probably the first full day I've had at the desk. So I'm really pumped to bring you a really happy and successful and productive 2025. If you would love to hear more about how you can work with us, you can send us an email, contact@lonette.com, or jump onto socials, come and say hi. But don't forget, our podcast will be aired every Wednesday. So if you've seen something, or if you're trying something with your class, or if you want to dob a colleague in, like that happened a couple of weeks ago when Dermot got dobbed in by one of his faculty members, would love to have you on the podcast to share stories, to have a chat about teaching, and just to hear from as many of you as possible. So wishing you such a productive and happy 2025. Let's get it together, team, and I cannot wait to support you this year. Have a great week. See you soon.